Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start the next poem. We have only done one poem, the next one we are going to do today. And the name of the poem is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, written by Stephen Spender. First, I will give a brief introduction of the poet. Stephen Spender was an English poet. He was a novelist and essayist, and he was a person who concentrated on themes of social injustice and the struggling class in the society, the people who used to struggle. Okay, and he was appointed as a poet laureate consultant in poetry to the United States Library of Congress in 1965. He was a professor of English at the University College London, and the timing was 1970 to 1977. And after that he became professor emeritus. Okay, now I will give you an outline of the poem. As you can see, the elementary school classroom in a slum. Slum means we know which area is called slum, and the struggle of people, those who live in slum areas. So Stephen Spender, he had a keen interest in politics, and he also declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. Okay, and in this poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, he has concentrated on themes. Themes means on themes of social injustice and class inequalities. Okay, and through the examples of the some slum children, he tried to attack. He tried to attack those who are exploiting the weaker section of the society. So here today I am, as this is a very lengthy poem, I will explain only two stanzas of the poem here, and I will give you the explanation of the lines as well. Please, if you can, note it down in your notebook, the explained lines. I'm starting then. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallors. The tall girl with her weighted down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunned, unlucky hero of twisted bones, reciting a father's grand disease. His lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes lived in a dream of squirrels game in tree room other than this. So, the poet here describes the pathetic and miserable condition of the children sitting in a classroom in a slum school. The children's faces are unlike the usual children of schools. Means generally, as the look of the other children of other schools, these children are totally different. They are different, their schools are different, their classrooms are different, everything is different. They are far away from the beautiful sight of nature. They look weak and hungry. Their unkempt hair looks like rootless weeds on their pale faces. So you can understand by the description of their face, of their hair, and everything, that how miserable the condition is of these slum children and how much they are unprivileged from the children, those who are rich and far more in a far more better condition. Okay, then unlike other school children who are usually energetic and full of life, these children seem withered and lifeless. Withered means, colorless and lifeless. They look like. The children of the slum are also unwanted in society. People do not want them. People do not do anything good for them. Just as weeds are unwanted in a garden. Weeds, small bushes, they are unwanted in a garden. These children are compared with these weeds. In the classroom, a tall girl is very depressed. She is just bowing her head. She looks very depressed. She keeps her head down, being burdened by sad thoughts. She is hovered with sad thoughts. The girl is perhaps physically and mentally exhausted due to her poverty. So why she looks very pale and very lifeless, very 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 much depressed because of her poverty. The other students of the class are not in a better situation either. Almost all the students are in a bad situation. Just like the girl who is burdened with the problem in her life, there is a boy sitting in the class who is as thin as paper, undoubtedly because of malnutrition. He has big eyes like those of a rat. Yet another boy in the classroom has inherited his father's arthritis. Because of the disease, he has started stunt growth and his bones are twisted. He has inherited this disease from his father and recites his lesson from his desk in a mellow but weak voice. There is another sweet boy sitting at the back of the class. He is sitting there unnoticed and dreaming of squirrels playing in a tree. The dull and monotonous atmosphere in the classroom is perhaps unable to arrest his attention. So, these last few lines are the description of the miserable condition of the children, the girl, the tall girl, the rat-eyed boy, the arthritis boy. Everything means all this description says that they are in a very 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 bad condition. A boy is dreaming of squirrel game in the tree or under the tree, but he is not able to witness that. Okay, and the dull atmosphere of the classroom is unable to attract the attention of the children. So this is the explanation of the first stanza. The second stanza I am starting. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized doom riding all cities, bellied, flowery, tireless valley, open-handed map awarding the world its world. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, were all their futures painted with a fog. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. So, here in this stanza, the poet describes. In the second stanza, the explanation is, in this stanza, the poet describes the dirty classroom. The walls of the classroom are pale and dirty and give a rather unpleasant feeling. On the walls are displayed the names of people who have given donations. There is a picture of Shakespeare on the wall. The picture of domes of big cities represent the quality of life in those cities. The early morning sky is shown as cloudless in another picture. So this is the description actually of the classroom. There is also a picture of the beautiful Tyrolese Valley, a region in the Austrian Alpine province, and this is adorned with flowers. The world map, which divides the world into countries, big and small, symbolically gives the children the whole world. But all these pictures have no meaning to this improvised children. The world depicts on these walls is not the world of these children. Their world is totally different. These beautiful pictures and the picture of Shakespeare are worthless, means they do not have any meaning to these children, because they do not know, they are hungry, they are unprivileged, they are not meeting with the limited needs they are in need. So these things really does not matter to them, and their world does not contain huge domes of prosperity of the scenic beauty presented in the picture. Unfortunately, their world is painted with fog, means totally very clouded, which is uncleared. The fog of hopelessness and hunger. The fog means the fog of hopelessness and hunger. Their future is grim and uncertain and sealed with a dark and dull sky. They do not have any bright future. Their future is sealed with dark sky, dull sky, where they cannot see anything bright. So the poet again says that their world is far away from the actual world of rivers and caves. These things are like stars in the sky which they cannot touch, means they cannot meet. So this is the explanation of these two stanzas. I will explain two more stanzas in my next class. Till then, just read it and try to understand. And please let me know if you find any difficulty understanding these two stanzas. Till then, bye. Have a good day.